Welcome to the Monday Kickoff, everyone. Hope you guys are having an amazing start of the week. As usual, in today's video, we're going to have a full breakdown of all of the events coming to Raid Shadow Legends this week. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you smash a like and subscribe to the channel and drop a comment. Help me out with that YouTube algorithm. This week, we are actually expecting a massive patch, which will introduce the new feature, Siege Wars, Clan vs Clan PvP, or however you guys like to call it, is going to be absolutely massive, extremely complex. I already made a video covering it and kind of like giving my thoughts on it, on how complex the new game mode will actually be. We don't have a CVC this week, and to be honest, I'm really surprised by what summoning events we have tomorrow, because I was really expecting to see a 1+1 on Sacred Shards, considering that this weekend we actually have a 2x on Sacred Shards, or at least based on the regular calendar and the pattern, that's what it should happen. So it kind of like made sense for Plarium to basically milk our Sacred Shards before, but instead they decided to make a 15x progressive chance. The fusion is moving into the second week, and for whoever decided to go for the champion, I already released a video guide on the champion. It's a pretty decent one. It's not OP. We're not sure if we're gonna get new hounds coming into the game on Wednesday together with a patch, or we're not gonna have any new ones for the moment. The lore of the champion actually says that basically we should have 3 new hounds coming to the game at some point in the near future. So who knows what we can expect from that. Now, a quick notice, guys, if you haven't completed your clan quests, make sure you guys do it. For once, I finally completed them before I'm recording this video. If you need to purchase anything from the clan shop, we still have the energy in there. If you haven't got it, make sure you guys get it, because it's definitely pretty good. Talking about the events, let's dive into the summoning events. Then we're going to discuss the rest of the things that we can expect for this week, guys. We have a new event right here, Summon Pool for Supporter Champions. Now, I'm not sure if they're football supporters and they're kind of like cheering for the Euro Cup, or they're just supporters in the game. We have some nice legendaries on this list. Now, it's a 6% chance to summon a legendary, 35 Prism Crystals for 1 summon. Prices are still the same, super expensive to get this done. And yes, there are some amazing champions. Duchess, you have Ancora, you have Kaimar, you have Padrake, you have Theodore, you have some nice epics as well, 100%, very solid epics actually. So hopefully with the free summons that we're going to get from events, you're going to be able to summon something good. Now, we do have a Spider tournament event using only epic champions to get you the Prism summon, 2,750. I will make a video on this as well, guys, on a couple of easy teams to get you on stage 20 with only epics. And the rest of the rewards are not very interesting, to be honest with you guys. But if you are willing to waste around 3.5k energy to get this, then hey, why not? You know, you might get your most wanted epic or something. The rest of the events, guys, tournaments, for the moment, they all have to do with the fusion. Dungeon Diver starting tomorrow, so I would strongly suggest you don't engage with the Spider tournament till tomorrow once the Dungeon Diver is on, so you basically double dip on the points. Talking about the 15x progressive chance. So this Tuesday, July 9th, we're planning to launch progressive chance event, giving you at least a 15x chance to summon champions of your choice from Ancients, Primal, Sacreds, and Voids. 1 slot legendary champions. We have no epics, guys, only legendaries as usual. Wednesdays, Tuesdays, we only have legendaries. Starting with the very first one, we have Candraphone on the list. But let me just quickly show you the list on the screen if you want to see it quick, guys. I'm not going to keep it on the screen. Stop it, take a screenshot, let's dive into it. So Candraphone, once upon a time, he used to be the meta. He's still a solid nuker, but honestly, he has no chance at competing with the big boy nukers that we have in the game in 2024. Yes, the end of 2022, he was great for the meta, but right now, he doesn't ignore defense, he doesn't do anything crazy. What I do like about him is the passive though, and I would like to see this on future nukers. The damage reduction, the Veil, being able to hide himself and stuff is actually pretty dope. He buffs himself. He still hits extremely hard with the basic skill, you know, extra hit if they have any buffs. The A2 AoE grants an extra turn and resets the cooldown The hunt skill, if this attack kills an enemy, is still a decent nuker, but definitely not meta material anymore. Then we have Rotos, the Lost Groom. Now, I would love another Rotos to make mine to +2. Probably I'm gonna dip my Sacreds, guys. I opened over 10 with no legendary, so who knows? Maybe I'm gonna get lucky. Basically, Rotos, absolutely insane. This skill right here ignores a lot of defense, ignores unkillable, ignores block damage. He still doesn't ignore stone skin or anything crazy like that. Reaction can still easily smack him. UDK can really counter him. Harima can really counter him, but he's still very strong. Having this amazing passive that allows him to stay alive is actually massive for PvP, guys. And he's very strong for PvE content as well. Let's be honest. Like, he can actually demolish a lot of bosses. You know, defense down on the A1, stealing HP, increasing his own HP. Definitely makes him still a very solid option, even for the current meta. So I feel like Rotos aged super well, like the wine, you know. Then the next one on the list, because we were just talking about her, Harima. I would love 4 more copies of Harima. She is an absolute monster for Hydra, for Arena, for a lot of other content. She can deal like 600-700 million damage in the Hydra clan boss on a nice build, which is pretty damn crazy, on top of the fact that she can provoke the head of decay, you know. So it's definitely a pretty awesome champion. Decrease attack on the A1, increasing her defense, decreasing the defense on the enemy with a triple hitter right here. She's very strong versus demon spawn champions, which is actually very beneficial. When she was introduced into the game, guys, she was really game changing, you know. So 100% Harima, top notch. I would go for Harima instead of Rotos, but I only have a base Harima. I feel like a +2 Rotos will have a bigger effect because, of course, you get the speed and stuff. But I'll decide tomorrow. Anyway, knowing my luck, probably I'm going to end up with a Yoshi or a Noble. Then we have Ragash. Ragash, still a strong champion, a strong nuker. He's not at the top of the meta anymore. Very similar with Kendraphone. He dropped quite a bit in the last few months since the mythical started to take over. But he's still good, you know. You might not use him in a high-end Platinum Arena, but you might use him in the lower Plat Arena, you know, as a nuker. You might not use him in Gold 4 in a Live Arena, but you will use him in Gold 3, you know. So it's not that bad. He's still a very viable option. Defense aura for all battles. With the A1, buffs himself with increased defense, a chance to stun. Polymorph is a big counter to him, though, with the defense down and stun. I do like this skill. Strengthen, increased speed, and perfect veil. Makes him pretty strong for Hydra clan boss as a veil champion. And you get increased speed, you get strengthen, you get good damage, you get defense down. So I do think that he's really being overlooked for the Hydra clan boss. I feel like not a lot of people are thinking to use him in the Hydra clan boss. Let me check the reviews because I'm curious. Hydra 4.8. Okay, so he does have decent reviews in the Hydra clan boss. I do need to make a video on him and try mine on a crushing grand set. Blessing, sorry, on the Hydra clan boss. Very curious to see what I can achieve with him. Then moving over to Void legendaries, guys, we have King Narcissus. Again, I would definitely love myself 4 more copies of King Narcissus because I'm just not being greedy at all, you know. Super strong, man. Like, he completely changed the meta from having a lot of bolster, using Necrets, using Duchess everywhere. He definitely took a big hit at those champions, at Marichka and Taras, you know. Like, right now you can farm them in 10-15 seconds before it used to take you like 1 minute and 30 seconds. This skill super strong AoE. This skill again very strong if you especially if you manage to block the revive, and if you're together with Ancora, gain the extra turn, super strong. The passive ignoring shield and strengthen. The A1 increasing the cooldown of skills. Very strong champion though. I'm a massive fan of Narcissus. I'll be honest with you guys. He's always being picked on my live arena fights. Like, most 99% I'm picking Narcissus, honestly. Then we have Leorius the Proud, guys, which again, he used to be super strong. He dropped a lot as well out of the meta. The problem with him, he doesn't ignore anything to really increase his damage, and he really shines once he's low on HP and the passive kicks in and you deal extra damage. I'm still seeing people using him in Live Arena and Gold 4 every now and then, to be honest. I just find him less effective, considering that we have so many tanky champions nowadays in Arena in general, in the meta, you know. And if he's not on low HP, he's just not gonna cut it in. And most of the times, he's just not gonna cut it in. But he's still a strong champion. So if you're wondering if you should go for Leorius or for Narcissus on this 15x progressive chance, Narcissus, no-brainer, okay? Like, you can forget about Leorius. Even though he does quite a few things. The defense down, this skill is very, very nice. I'm actually a massive fan of it. Hopefully, we're going to see better nukers in the future with something similar, being immune to crowd control debuffs. Very, very nice. Then, moving over to Wednesday. Again, the same story, guys. 15x progressive chance from all of the shards. And we do have Wallmaster Authorian to start with. Hydra Goat. You have decrease attack. You have block buffs. You have enemy max HP, block buffs. You have enemy max HP skill right here, guys. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Very, very solid. Right here, he buffs himself, grants an extra turn. The A1 AoE attack will not trigger counter attacks, which is not as important, to be honest, for what we're doing. But overall, very, very solid. I like the fact that he gains HP, so it's easier for him to stay alive. Then we have Nekmotar. It really seems like on Wednesday, we are focusing on Hydra champions, guys. You know, like very, very solid. So Nekmotar, I'm still missing the champion. Very solid for Hydra. You have AoE decrease attack. You have AoE decrease speed and leech. You have increased speed, increased turn meter, extra turn. The passive gaining more turn meter, speed aura for all battles. Give him a relentless, put Inquisitor Shamael at the back, him in the lead, and he's just going to go absolutely ham. Very, very solid. Then we have Feral. A lot of you guys are like Skratch. Again, you're using Feral in your Hydra team. Why? Why are you doing this to us? Feral is absolutely amazing. Not only that he brings decreased speed, he brings you decreased accuracy, he brings you block buffs, he brings you increased resistance, perfect veil, but he gives you with a passive 20% additional damage on allies that have 4 or more buffs, and of course more accuracy, more resistance. An absolute monster for the Hydra clan boss, guys. Very, very strong. The best build for him will be a 9-piece protection. Then we have Razelvarg, Bugs Bunny, very strong damage dealer. He can deal insane damage. You want to build him, to be honest with you, in 9-piece Slayer set if you can. You have double AoE, which will deal a lot of damage. You have Speed Aura for all battles, increased speed, increased accuracy. You have Leech, which will help you with the healing. Very, very solid damage dealer. Then we have Acrisia. I'll be honest, she used to be super broken. A lot of people used to call her extremely broken. But since the Great Hall for Hydra and stuff, enemy max HP got a massive slap in the face. She can still deal 200+ million damage on Nightmare, don't get me wrong. But she's capped around there. She can't really do much more than that, you know? So that's one problem with her. But she's very effective if you need her for the Sand Devil's Necropolis, if you need her for any other dungeons, if you need her for Clan Boss, if you need her for the Shogun, build her on a Stone Skin set so the boss doesn't block the passive on her, and bang, you've got yourself a very quick team. Talking about that, I do need to build two of my Acrisias on Stone Skin to be able to do just that, actually. So that's one thing that I need to do myself to have a better team for the Shogun, a faster one. And yeah, she's a pretty solid champion. All of the skills, enemy max HP. I think she was the very first champion introduced in the game like this, you know. Then we have two Hanorach. Very, very solid champion as well. Again, for the Hydra clan boss. You have decreased attack, you have block buffs, debuff spread, increased defense, increased speed, decreased speed, continuous heals. The passive, which will help you with the head of Torment, will cleanse different debuffs as well. Very, very effective champion too. And that's everything for the 15x progressive chance for all of the summoning events. As mentioned, if they don't have any changes in their plans this weekend, we should expect 2x on Sacred Shards. So keep that in mind. Wednesday, we should expect the patch, which will introduce the new Siege game mode. They announced that will be released on the 10th of the month, so I don't think they will delay it. In terms of the calendar, guys, that's what we can see so far. Everything is pretty much related to the fusion. Nothing else that seems to be out of the ordinary. The Dungeon Divers event that will start tomorrow will reward you with some Prism Crystals as well, most probably. you're going to be able to get another summon from there. And do we get any more or just that? So we have 2 summons, the Spider Tournament, the Dungeon Divers event. Definitely don't start on the Spider Tournament today. Wait for tomorrow. And of course, as usual, we don't have any news for the rest of the events that will start after the fusion, but most probably expected from now. This is for next week. We're going to have a Pair of Light event or something like that that will allow us to put our hand on the soul for a Packmaster. That was all for this weekly kickoff, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to smash that subscribe button. As usual, appreciate every single one of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.